All right, let's see. Refresh that one. All chat, live chat, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna copy it to there. Go paste. I'm gonna post. No, I should supposed to select all and then copy. Oh, I did. I made it. Oh, just in time. Look at me by quick thinking and reflexes like a cat. Meow meow. All right, and then put it there too in Facebook. Yay! Yay! Post. I am whatever you say I am. And if I wasn't, then why would you say I am? I don't know the rest of the words because it's something I don't know, but that's okay because I like those words right there. So yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, hey. Okay, so hey, good morning, good morning, happy Easter to you Christians out there. Yeah, what's up? I believe it was Passover on Saturday. So for you Jewish people, yo, happy Passover. I don't even know what it's really about, but yeah. uh, uh, so anyways, I'm using these different shaders. These shaders, what shaders are these? I think these are like a modified version of Eclipse shaders. Right? Like what? It makes you nearsighted. But oh yeah, hey, let me say hello, chat. Hello, chat. Say something. Happy Easter and all that. Okay. So it makes you nearsighted, but like the effect is good, right? I like the effect. Like the grass effect, pretty trippy. Minecraft updated itself to a new version, and it's all right. I mean, it's so far. I think what it is, it's like it's like look at everyone, we gave you babies, like new babies, and like we're like okay, sure, whatever. But what they really did was provide like the foundation for their next big update. I think they're gonna have a big update. They had Minecraft Live recently, and um yeah, I can't handle all this grass, honestly. I'm gonna hey, let's just do this. Okay, yeah, much better, much cleaner Minecraft, something I can handle. I couldn't handle all that grass, all that stuff. But yeah, Minecraft is had their Minecraft Live, their Minecraft convention, and they're gonna have some updates to the well to stuff. Hopefully to the end. So, like, I was getting ready to go to the end here, and I'm like, maybe I should wait, but no, that's gonna be like 2 years away. So, no. Also, there's a trick where you can just delete the end dimension and then regenerate it. Um, so if they redo the end, and I've already been there, and I still have this world, I'll just make a new one, make a new end. But honestly, by the time that comes out, I'll have a new world, or I'll make a new world or something. So honestly, okay. So what am I doing here, right? Happy Sunday, by the way. Um, what's going on in the world by Americans? Oh my goodness. Our name is mud in the world. Everyone hates us. Our country acts like a rogue nation. Like people, yeah. We're the bad guys now. I mean, I hope you understand that. That's what you Republicans voted for the United States to make a heel turn and become the bad guys. That's what you wanted, and that's what you got. So now the Americans are the bad guys, and they teamed up with the other bad guys. And they're in this war with Iran. Donald Trump thinking that he could just, like, steamroll his way over Iran the same way he steamrolled Venezuela. He thought he could do the same thing. Turns out, it got way more complicated than he anticipated. So now he's looking for a way out. He couldn't get any allies to help him. He can't get the Iranians to stop closing the strait. They're making money off of it now, Iran. Like, Donald Trump fundamentally, like, fucked up the United States by revealing its weakness, its inability to maintain control of the strait. Like, the status quo was, like, the best, and Donald Trump fucked it up. And it's only going to get worse for the Americans. Because, I mean, like, why fucking sacrifice American lives for oil when the whole world is moving away from oil and to solar panels and batteries and wind power? The whole world is doing that. And why are they doing it? Because it makes fucking sense. Look at these crazy motherfucking countries that control the oil. Look how crazy they are. Look how crazy they are. Of course you want to get on an energy source and be energy independent. And free yourself from the madness of the Middle East. Someplace I've never been to. I've never been to the Middle East. No one from the Middle East has ever done anything wrong to me. Like, to me personally, right? You know, I'm sure, like, yeah, there's people who've been affected by, like, 9/11, and they're pretty upset. Rightly so. But yeah, like, otherwise, like, what reason do I have to be connected to a person in the Middle East, like, over resources, over their resources? For oil? Man, we're now, as a species, we're able to fucking manufacture our own energy through solar panels, the easiest, but we've been able to do it forever with nuclear. But for some reason, it's that fucking control of land in another territory that does it. I don't know. And it's not even control, because the Saudis played Donald Trump. The Saudis played Donald Trump. I mean, yeah, you want to talk about how Netanyahu played Donald Trump, but they both did. Both Netanyahu and Mohammed bin Salman played Donald Trump and got Donald Trump to attack the enemy of Iran and of Saudi Arabia and Israel, the Israeli government. Donald Trump got tricked into doing it, spending billions and billions and billions of dollars. Yeah, you know why we can't have Medicare for everyone and why we can't have universal health care? Because Donald Trump decided to start a war of choice in the Middle East. And now he can't get out of it. What does he care? He's gonna die, you know? He doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna die. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't have to live with any of the consequences of his choices. I think that's like the main reason why you don't want to elect an older person to run the presidency, because they don't have to live with the consequences of their choices. They're gonna die soon. No, in any case, in any scenario whatsoever, they're gonna die soon. Best case scenario, Donald Trump lives to be, for Donald Trump at least, well, maybe, he lives to be 100 years old. Right? Like, maybe consequences will eventually reach him, maybe. But, like, judging his health and the way he looks, I don't give him 5 years. I'm not gonna do the fucking poly market bets, but like, honestly, right? Like, he might make it to the end of the presidency, but I don't think he's gonna make it much longer. So he doesn't have to worry about any of the choices he makes. He doesn't give a fuck if he destroys the 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 liberal world order that our ancestors had created in the wake of World War II. When the world was utterly destroyed, the United States basically reforged the way the world was going to be based on the values of Americans, which were universal rights and the application of justice and laws and the rule of law. And Donald Trump comes along and just fucking wrecks that whole thing. He just wrecks the whole thing. Like, he got high on his own supply. But he's an old guy. He doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna die in 5 years. Or whatever, you know, like soon. He doesn't have to live the consequences of his choices, is what I'm saying. And the choices he's made have had a profound impact on the globe and will reverberate for generations. That's the thing. For a guy who's going to die in 5 years, he's making choices that are going to reverberate for generations. Choices that didn't need to be made. He didn't have to do anything. There was no compelling argument to alter the status quo. There was no reason to do anything. He just had a big fat fucking ego and wanted to just do shit. This turned into I hated Donald Trump rally. Yeah, kinda, yeah, man. You know, I wanted to make a new base. Because I'm running down here a lot. Down to my little, like, hovel hole. But, like, what if I made a base up here somewhere? Like basically up here, like right here. Like, level this out a bit, chop down those trees. Make that a little bit bigger, I guess. Right. And then it's a base. And then I don't have to run down there anymore. I'd have to make a new, like, farming plot, but that's, like, right there. Or anywhere, really. And then I don't really need chickens anymore. I'd have to get food. But yeah. The other problem, did I show you this yet? The chunk borders? So here's the machine. When you put on the chunk borders, you see the chunk border goes right through the machine, right through it, and cuts off the hopper from the electronics part. So what what happens is something will come through, and none of it will register here, because the electronics part will be out of the chunk. So it will break. I need to rebuild this and move it backwards 2 blocks so that all this is inside the chunk, in one chunk, so that it unloads evenly. I noticed that because one time I noticed, how can you be out here, dude? Oh, because it's a shelter. My base above makes a shelter for you. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I was gonna get you. There you are. Alright, well, he's gone. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm not looking forward to doing that. I mean, it's not that hard. It's pretty freaking easy. Oh yeah, I was saying, I noticed it because that guy got stuck and wouldn't move off his minecart, and then I noticed, oh look, this too is broken by a chunk. It's cut in half. So, man, those chunks really wreck your day when it comes to redstone. You have to be really cognizant of chunks. So they should make a device or a headset or something that you can wear in Minecraft that shows you the chunks without having to press F3 and shit like that. And what? F3 and G. Like, which like, because that way Bedrock players can see their chunks without having to load special resource packs. You know? Make a device that you can build that shows you chunks. Ley lines. Call them ley lines. I don't know. Call them something, whatever. But yeah. So I need to remake this. Remake it. I need to remake it. Raining. It's raining. Yeah, I think it's important to hold on to the ideal of what the United States is supposed to be, and that in this moment we've been corrupted by a tyrant, and that in order to maintain our freedom, in order to have our freedom, we need to deal with the tyrant, but not only deal with the tyrant, but also deal with the conditions that gave rise to the tyrant. And those conditions are capitalism. No. Like Joe Biden had the right idea, and the Democrats had the right idea, trying to subsidize solar panels, because the future. Remember, it's all about energy. It's all about energy. It's always been about energy. So solar panels democratizes the production of energy, whereas oil production, hydrocarbons, necessarily concentrates it into the hands of a few people with the technical expertise and capital resources and political connections to get the rights to drill or whatever, to obtain the resources. And oil itself is just a bad thing to do, dude. Burning stuff for energy is stupid. Like in the United States, I'm not joking, we literally grow crops in order to transform them into alcohol, to dilute oil, to dilute gasoline, and burn it like that. It hurts my heart, man. It hurts my heart. There's just so much bad. I can't handle it. You know? Oh man. Think of how great we could be. So Joe Biden and the Democrats had this idea to give a subsidy to companies and to Americans, 30%. Remember that? 30%. In order to install solar panels on their property. And the French president, Macron, complained out loud that what the United States was doing was unfair because they're helping their own industry too much. Really? That's how good it was. Man, if like I would love to buy a house that's like an older house, but the bones were good, right? And I could fix it up, and it had a new roof because I don't want to pay for a new roof. if it has a new roof, I can afford to buy the house and then put on a solar array on top of the roof that will pay for my electricity. If I get an electric water heater, I get basically free hot water. And I love hot showers. I love hot showers. That's like my guilty pleasure. It's hot showers. That's like my mark of civilization. Can you take long hot showers? that's harsh. But real, man. No, real. I love long hot showers. I love long hot showers. I guess baths are a good substitute. But yeah. Hot. And with solar panels, you basically get free hot water. You heat water for free. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. I would dig it, man. Anyways, Donald Trump sunsetted those provisions and overrode those provisions so that now you can't get them anymore. Fuck Donald. So if you want to get solar panels, it's 30% more expensive because of Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump represents the oil people. So, like, that's where we're at right now. We're at a moment when we're transitioning from one source of energy to the other. At the same time, the United States is trying to deal with its dirty laundry of white supremacy. Like, imperialism is supposed to be over, right? Why is Donald Trump acting like an imperialistic power when imperialism is supposed to be over? So they represent the old ways. The new ways are an expansion of freedom, a radical expansion of freedom. And they can't handle it. They can't handle it. So what else we got going on? I don't know, man. What else is going on? What else can I talk about? Was I building something? I was kind of like dilly-dallying. I didn't know. I wasn't really building anything. I was just kind of like adding stuff. Like a lightning bolt had burned the tree that was above my house. So I figured out how to do it again, how to make a new one. And then, I don't have Voxy isn't working yet. I mean, there isn't a version of Voxy that runs on this version of Minecraft. 26 point, I don't know, 1. So it runs really well. But my views are terrible. The views, not so good. Donald Trump trying to overthrow the government again. You see what I mean? That's the only view you get without Distant Horizons or Voxy. That's all you can see. That's terrible, huh? It's terrible. Like, oh my god. That's it? Terrible. if I push it further, it eats my computer. So technically, I can push it further, but it eats my computer. Hey, what's can I do this? Options. Let's see, resource packs. Diversify. Yes. Yes. Everyone gets to hang out now. Dude's got a funny bandana now. But yeah. Ooh, reflections. So when Mojang finally updates uh, the engine to Vulkan, and you can start using all the modern hardware, it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be crazy, the upgrading graphics. I can't wait. It's gonna be really, really neat. You're gonna get like 1,000 chunk render distances. And like reflections and shadows and stuff like that. I mean, we have reflections and shadows now, but they're limited. You can only do so much of it. And like right now, I'm having to like uh, use fake frames. I'm using lossless scaling in order to like have playable, experience. But yeah, it's playable at 85 frames. I mean, but yeah, see, without Voxy, the world looks tiny. And if I were to wander too far away without coordinates, and I lost sight of this, I better hope I know the way back, right? So that's why these train lines are important. They're always pointing home. All right. Okay. What else is going on in the world? Donald Trump's trying to find all sorts of ways to overthrow the elections because he knows he's going to lose uh, Congress, and when he loses Congress, he loses a lot of domestic power. And there starts to become accountability. They start doing subpoenas. They start doing impeachments. Oh, that's right, Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi got fired finally. So, yeah, Pam Bondi, Attorney General, got fired, and she's gonna testify to stuff. But yeah, I don't think it. Like the guy, who took over the spot from Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, who is Donald Trump's personal lawyer. So, like, I don't expect any change whatsoever to the DOJ. It's not going to change at all. So, so we're gonna have to wait till after until to what 2027 until there's any accountability whatsoever, because there has to be the November 2026 elections. The Democrats have to win, and then the Democrats take power in 2027, and that's when there starts becoming accountability. But if our system cannot impeach and remove Donald Trump, that tells you our system is broken. Our system is no good. And like, I've been saying that forever. There's obvious flaws in our system, and that we need to address and we need to remedy if we're gonna have any hope of rejuvenating the United States. And one of those remedies is that the president effectively becomes immune from the law. Fuck that. That's stupid. What a dumb idea. What a dumb thing to do, to make the president immune from the law. That's dumb. Number two, what's stupid about the United States is the first past the post voting system. Our American vote is so weak. It's ridiculous. It's so weak. All you have to do is introduce one extra candidate other than two. That's all you have to do. And then you start diluting the power of the vote, of the person's vote. Because in the first past the post voting system, your vote is diluted. You can only vote for one person no matter how many people are in the pool. And as I've said many times before, Duverger's law tells you, do I have that like saved anywhere? That would be a good thing to do. To save Duverger's law so I don't have to like keep Duver. Yeah, I do. I have it saved. Yeah, buddy, dude. What is Duverger's law? In political science, Duverger's law holds that in political systems with single-member districts and first-past-the-post voting system, as in, for example, the United States and Britain, only two powerful political parties tend to control power. Citizens don't vote for small parties because they fear splitting the vote away from the majority party. In contrast, in countries with proportional representation or two-round elections, such as France, Sweden, or Spain, there is no two-party duopoly on power. So the way we get out of that, without changing the Constitution or doing something crazy like that, the way we make our vote more powerful. So this doesn't that didn't tell you. That didn't really give you the full gist of what it is. Let me here. Give me the like. This is here. I'm gonna use. Sorry, I'm gonna use AI. Pardon me, dude. Sorry. I'm so embarrassed. I'm fucking truly embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. You don't even know. Duverger's law is a principle in political science that states that single-member district election. Okay, yeah, you just said that. Where's the rest of it, right? There's the rest of it. Anyways, what I want to say is that Duverger's law says that if you vote for a third party in a first past the post system, all you end up doing is hurting the party you are closest to politically and helping the party you are furthest from politically. Right? This is the way it works. So for Americans, what we need to do is a few things. Number one, implement ranked choice voting, so that instead of voting for just one candidate and that's it, you rank them. I think they do it to three. Is like the maximum they seem to be wanting to go. Is with a three. So you rank your top three people, and all we're looking for is whoever gets 50% plus one. That's all we're looking for. So in the first round, you count up all the votes that everyone gets, and if nobody has 50% plus one, then you look for the person with the least amount of votes, and you eliminate them. But that doesn't mean it's over. What happens is all the votes for that candidate get reallocated to their number two choice. That way your vote doesn't get thrown out. no matter who you vote for. Well, for the first 3 rounds. All right. Then they reallocate the votes, and then once the votes are reallocated, they count again. Is anybody at 50% plus one? If no, you find the person with the lowest number of votes and you chop them off, and then you reallocate their votes. If you have a number one, if you have a number two, it moves to number two. If your number two has been eliminated, it moves to the number three. And then so you go to the number three, right? And then you reallocate the votes. And then you see anybody with 50% plus one yet? And you do that as many times as necessary until you get somebody with 50% plus one. That way, you vote for you vote for the candidate most people are okay with, instead of radical candidates that win only because the vote of the liberals got split or something, you know? So it eliminates vote splitting is what I'm saying. So that's one way of fixing the American legal system, or a political system. Another way to fix the well, yeah. So Duverger's law. Let me give you an example of how come I know this is a problem. Donald Trump also knows about Duverger's law. Because he recognized in the past election, the 2024 election, the candidate Jill Stein and Cornel West were running to the left of Kamala Harris. Conversely, RFK Jr. was running to the right of Donald Trump. So Donald Trump was doing a rally, and he said, oh, I like Cornel West and Jill Stein because they take 100% of the votes away from Kamala Harris. In a two-party system, Donald Trump understands that any third party that enters into the arena will hurt the party they're closest to and help the party they're furthest from. Then he turns his attention to RFK Jr. and he says RFK Jr. is like 50-50. He takes some from her, but he takes some from me. So in other words, I don't like him. And so now RFK Jr. is a phony and a fake and a bad guy. He's his enemy. He's the enemy. So later on, after that rally, Donald Trump's people would talk to RFK Jr.'s people and say, hey, dude, if you drop your candidacy, if you drop your third party run and join our campaign, we'll give you a job in the government. And RFK Jr. said, okay. And that's what happened. So, but listen, Donald Trump understands and knows Duverger's law.
So we got this poll last night from Rasmussen, and it was they also did it like with Kennedy and with the other ones in there. Right? Cornel West. He's one of my favorite candidates, Cornel West. And I like her also, Jill Stein. I like her very much. You know why? She takes 100% from them. He takes 100%. Kennedy's probably 50-50, but he's a fake. He's a fake. He's a total fake. You don't want to...
So do you understand? Do you understand that he's tipping his cards? Do you see what he's doing? Donald Trump is tipping his cards, and he's saying, "I understand the quirkiness and fucked upness of the American political system, and I understand the shittiness of the first past the post system, and I know how to exploit that system, to exploit the hopes and dreams of Americans in order to seize power." That's what he's saying. That's what Donald Trump is saying. So in order to defuse Duverger's law, you implement ranked choice voting. That's it. That's how you do it. It's really, really simple. Then you can have multiple parties without changing the Constitution. And now, when you have multiple parties, you don't have gridlock in Congress anymore. Why do we have gridlock in Congress nowadays? Because there's two parties only. There's only two parties. What if there were four parties? What if there were, aside from the Democrats, there were the Democratic Socialists, and then aside from the Republicans, there were the Libertarians. So you come across the situation where like, oh, we need to pass this budget, but there's but they can filibuster it, right? All you do is appeal to one of the minor parties to get enough votes to overcome the filibuster or to maintain a filibuster. Two parties can work together to overcome a filibuster that's already there, or to maintain a filibuster that wouldn't normally be there. Like, all sorts of possibilities come together, and things will move. Like, we can absolutely like pull this back, but we have to remember like what we're about. Truth, justice, and liberty. I almost bought this house over the weekend, and damn, dude. Like, I spent so much time dreaming about like my life there. I spent so much energy dreaming about what I would do there, and what I would change and build. Like, I felt like it was Minecraft but in real life. And then I went to go look at the house itself, and I saw there was no way to get to the garage from the house. You had to walk out the front door. And that broke my heart. How could you have a house when you can't go to the garage? Am I repeating myself? I don't even remember anymore. I need these to be glowy. I don't know how to get them glowy again. And then like the redstone's glitched. Everything is glitched, right? When they do an update like this, everything gets glitched for like months. Always these damn updates. Oh, all right. Hey, I'm gonna go. All right, peace. Stop.